Ready?
Yep.
I want to thank everybody for coming. We're recording this. We're going to put it out on social media, so hopefully we'll get a large viewership. I think a lot of people are interested in what we're doing to promote people volunteering for our military, which is necessary to all of our freedoms. It's great to be here at the American Legion Luke Greenway Post 1, which is tied with two other posts as the very first American Legion post in the entire country. And we're very happy that Don Luke and his wife Deborah are here. Don is a descendant of the post namesake, and we're honored to have both of them here today, Don and Deborah. I want to thank the post commander, Patrick Hayes. Is Patrick here? Yeah, Patrick, for hosting us. We're expecting, so we have recruiters for the Navy, and we have a recruiter for the Air Force. We want to thank them for being here. We admire the work that you guys, the important work you guys do. Is there a model of the USS Phoenix here? Is that
right behind us?
Right behind us is a model of the USS Phoenix. So let me tell you about Rafe Byers. He wanted to volunteer for the Navy. He was a patriotic person. And he approached his counselor in the Phoenix Union High School District. And the counselor sent him to the ROTC. There was a ton of information there about colleges and one little thing at the bottom about the military. So he went to his counselor, and his counselor didn't help him at all, sent him to the ROTC, and the ROTC sent him back to the counselor, so you could see he was getting a runaround. And unfortunately, we have some schools where liberals are not friendly to our military, even though their freedoms come as a result of the sacrifices of our military. And we're hoping as a Department of Education to help change that and teach our students more objective and patriotic history. So students will learn to appreciate their country and not to be taught that there's something bad about our country. But in the meantime, Rafe wasn't getting any help. And he talked to several other people who had exactly the same problem. And he did research, realized there was a common problem around the state. Phoenix Union had nothing on their website, and he found a number of other districts that had nothing on their website. So he came to us, and we were shocked at what he told us, and we're doing our best to promote patriotism in our country and people volunteering for the military. And so we've created this page on our website, and it's up now. And these are all buttons that people can press. So if they want to join the Army or the Army National Guard, they push this button. This one's for the Navy, Marine Corps, Air Force, Coast Guard, and Space Force. And that takes them to the recruiters to get all the information that they need. Call it one-stop shopping. So Rafe leaves for the Navy on July 4th. We'd hope to do this July 4th because this is part of a patriotic celebration, and we're doing it as close as we can, but Rafe is leaving July 4th. So we're doing it a little bit in advance. So Rafe is going to talk to you, and then I'm going to call on Don to say a few words as well. Beautiful.
All right. Thank you for having me here today. I wanted to say I had a little speech I wanted to that I prepared a couple nights ago. Thank you, Mr. Horne, for having me here today. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for being here. I want to start my remarks and explanation of my initiative shortly in order to not waste your time. However, I would like to recognize the veterans that are in this room. For starters, I would like to say that what my initiative has accomplished is not only dwarfed by, but pales in comparison to your valiance, bravery, and dedication that you fine men and women have given to your country. I'm no politician. I'm hardly about to enter the armed forces myself, yet I look up to you folks with starstruck eyes and pray that I'm able to dedicate myself to my country as much as you have. Each of you has sacrificed and given so much in service to this great nation and our way of life, and I'm truly humbled and grateful to have been worthy of your eyes and ears here today. So thank you so much to any soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and Coast Guardsmen. Thank you so much to any vets from Korea, Vietnam, Afghanistan, Iraq, World War II, or any others who have valiantly fought for our freedom. It's because of you that I have the opportunity to be here today, so thank you. The idea for my initiative was sparked when I watched a September 21st, 2022 Senate Subcommittee on the Armed Forces Recruitment and Retention. I had recently pre-enlisted in the United States Navy and had been in the late entry program for around 2 months, and as such had first knowledge on some of the difficulties that face high school seniors interested in enlistment. After watching the subcommittee, I realized there weren't many strategies for amending the recruitment crisis that were providing significant results. So I decided to analyze the situation using my own experience. One of the major issues that I faced in enlisting in the Navy was a lack of readily available information on each branch and what they had to offer me in schools. I also understood the fear of speaking with military recruiters for the first time that had been brought on due to slander campaigns that actively discourage students from enlisting in the armed forces through fear tactics or misinformation. Before I went to speak with the recruiter, I wanted to have knowledge about what I wanted to do in the armed forces and what I needed to do in order to get the job I wanted. Contrary to popular belief, if you work hard enough for it, you will get the career you desire in the United States military. After enlisting and seeing the process firsthand, I decided one of the best ways to help students make a better educated decision with their futures was to give them the tools and insight to make the correct choice. I spoke with friends and colleagues who were uncertain of their future paths about military service and explained the enlistment process, information on different branches, and the benefits of service. Due to my firsthand efforts, my alumni, Camelback High School, had 4 times as many military recruits in the class of 2023 than in the class of 2022, a statistic that my school neglected to mention at our graduation. As I reflected upon the successes I was having and hearing feedback from colleagues on the poor quality of information on enlistment available in schools compared to the trove of information on colleges, I decided I would develop an information model for districts to adopt. I analyzed 37 of the largest districts in the state of Arizona's websites to see if the same disservice prevailed elsewhere in the state. Out of the 37 districts I analyzed, 20, or around 54%, had absolutely no military information whatsoever for students to look at. Furthermore, 15 had hardly any at all, bringing the total percentage of poor quality information to a jaw-dropping 94% of the largest districts in the state. 2 of the 37 had any quality information. One of the 2, Peoria Unified School District, had adopted my model. I emailed all 37 districts' webmasters consistently for 2 months and received word from 7 on adopting my changes, to which I received no serious follow-through. The number includes my own high school district, which would completely ghost on me, promising to meet me at a time that was very convenient for them when I'll be away at basic training and unable to reach back. After a while, I decided that it was time to aim higher and try to bring the issue to light in a different way. I reached out to the Arizona Department of Education and was quickly put in contact with Councilman Jim Waring. And after explaining the issue and idea over email, we met in person and discussed it further at the Department of Education. Councilman Waring enthusiastically bid at the opportunity and brought it up to Superintendent Horne. We had another meeting at the department and began to get the ball rolling. After a few weeks of deliberation, we come to a decision to post my military information model to the AID's website and not only offer every district in the state to adopt the model, but also link to the department's website in order to give equal access to quality information across the state of Arizona. Now that the website is live, it would be perfectly reasonable for me to sit back and say I've accomplished my goal, but this is just the start. Thanks to the help of Superintendent Horne, Councilman Waring, and the rest of the team at the Department of Education in Arizona, has become the bastion of change and an example to the nation. I plan to work with every state possible in order to effectuate these changes nationwide, ensuring that all students are given equal access to quality, interactive, and effective information on the armed forces and the benefits offered by each branch of service, respectively. I'm certain that there will be rebuttals to these changes. After all, it's impossible to please everyone. However, to those who would claim that this is a form of militarization, or to those who would say that this takes advantage of students, I challenge you to rethink your stance. I personally know peers who have been misled into the belief that college is the only path to success. Peers who will take on thousands in student loans because of expenses they didn't know about, who will add to the massive nearly $1.8 trillion in student loan debt accumulated across the nation. That is being taken advantage of. That is deception. To attend the college I was initially looking at, it would have cost me tens of thousands of dollars in debt to pursue a degree in nuclear engineering. Thanks to the United States Navy and the incredible education benefits as well as hands-on training, I will get the same education with work experience for free. I use the exact same resources that I'm providing in my model in order to get the knowledge on the path that best fits my desires for my future. I created this concept for kids out there who are uncertain, the kids out there who don't have the resources or support system on deck, the kids out there who want to create great change and engrave their name in family legacy in the United States military history. To those students, young adults, Americans out there who wish to shoot for the stars, I offer you this. Don't limit yourself. Don't set restrictions. Fail in order to succeed, because one day or another, your dreams will come true in some form or another. Not because of luck, but because you decided they would. Thank you for your time. Thank you to the broadcasters, photographers, and producers for coming out. Thank you to the representatives from each branch of service that took the time to be here today, as well as the Valiant vets. I write it time and time again in my emails, but thank you, Councilman Waring, the team, Superintendent Horne, for your time and dedication to this incredible change. God bless. Thank you.
That's a very wonderful and important message, Rafe. Don is going to say a few words.
You know, there's a reason why I supported Tom and Jim, and it's because they get things done. And this is a good example of what they've done for us and our youth, and I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you, Don. Rafe, thank you for your patriotism and your volunteering, and you're going to be a great role model for many of our young people. And you're invited back to the Department of Education when you become an admiral. That's it. Thanks, everybody.